definitely the biggest number we've ever seen. We've been looking at this research for over a decade now.
Chase Horton is a senior analyst at Cerulli Associates, and he's the lead author of a new report quantifying how much wealth in the U.S. will be given out or passed on over the next 2.5 decades. It's a big jump from the number Cerulli found a few years ago, and he thinks he knows why.
It's really a confluence of three trends. Over the past dozen or so years, we've seen a substantial amount of wealth creation. So privately held wealth by households in the United States has increased essentially 100% since we looked at this in 2011, and that's on an inflation-adjusted basis. In addition, we also have seen wealth become increasingly concentrated among fewer wealthier households, and those wealthier households are more likely to be survived by their assets, so they're not going to be spending those assets down like the rest of us. And we've also seen wealth concentration among older households. So more wealth is held today by households that are over the age of 60 than we've seen in a long time. And it's also the highest portion, if you look at the ratio of expected wealth transfer in the next 25 years as a ratio of overall wealth held today, we see about 80% of the wealth held today going to be in motion over the course of the next 25 years. And when we first looked at this about a decade ago, that ratio was closer to 50% of assets in motion. So the ratio of wealth expected to be changing hands in the next 25 years is significant and much greater than what we even saw a decade ago.
More money getting passed down over a relatively short time. And for the 1 in 5 who receive any inheritance at all, the share of their net worth coming from that inheritance, rather than their earned income, is on the rise. A new Bloomberg analysis shows that today, your financial status has more to do with who your parents are than at any time in recent history. That inherited money now accounts for at least a quarter of the wealth for the average inheritor. But many economists think that figure is much higher, including former Treasury Secretary and Wall Street Week contributor Larry Summers.
If you count what happens when somebody gets an inheritance and then they invest it and that builds up more wealth, that probably the vast majority, certainly a majority of the wealth in our economy is related to inheritance. And that's, of course, a complicated thing. On the one hand, family values are good. On the other hand, it's not like it's equally distributed. It's not like it's even as unequally distributed as income. It's not even like it's as unequally distributed as the rest of wealth. It's really very much a phenomenon about a very small fraction of the population.